Justin,
Hey Keith, how's it going, man?
doing good. Justin, how are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you. Nice to meet you finally.
Nice meeting you too, Justin. So, how's your day so far?
It's been good, man. Just had a quick workout and then played guitar. Just finished playing guitar and writing some cool, nasty riffs, and yeah, it's been a good day.
Wonderful, wonderful, Justin. So, Justin, last month you put up your single Redesign. So, can you tell me a bit about the making of this song and the production behind this?
Yeah, so Redesign was actually recorded in 2020, probably around February,
Mhm.
and it was kind of like at the hype of COVID and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of you know I guess inspired with just not truly being free, if
Mhm.
that makes sense, and just like having that sense of true freedom. But yeah, it was kind of at the hype of COVID, and we just sat on the song for a couple of years without releasing it. We just didn't know when to release it, how to release it, and we ended up recording Caffeine and Obsidian right after, and we decided to release those two songs first. Um, yeah, it's this song was inspired by, like bands like Crosses and Alice in
Mhm.
Chains, and um, yeah, just not too much else to it.
Wonderful, Justin, wonderful. And as you said, last year you put up your other two singles, Obsidian and Caffeine, and you come up with a single video combining together both the songs. So, what was the idea behind it, and how did you come up with these two songs and the making of those songs as well?
So with Obsidian and Caffeine, we were kind of experimenting with a new recording process and like production wise, and we started working with a producer by the name of Brock Phillips, super talented producer and artist,
Mhm.
and we were experimenting with a new production just to sonically get the sound that we wanted, compared to our last two EPs. So basically, Obsidian and Capping were just two really quick songs um, that we put together, and we're just like, this is just going to be an experiment just to see what it sounds like. This isn't our best work, and we kind of just whipped them into shape really quickly, and then uh, the production value of it just sounded incredible. So we're just like, okay, yeah, we'll release these two songs. They're only 2.5 minutes long each. We'll just
Mhm.
release both of them in one video, and the people like it. A lot of people really enjoyed it. Um, but the hardest part is just kind of getting it out there. But yeah, so we kind of figured out our recording structure and process. So going forward, we know what to do.
Wonderful, wonderful, Justin. And you're also planning to release your next single in a concert as a live performance sometimes in April. So, how is that single coming out? And you're all prepared for that? And is everything set for that particular single?
So this single, we haven't played a live show in 4 years, and the reason being is just because, we don't practice as much as we'd like to, and we're just kind of waiting for the right time to start playing live again. So we figured that we would, for this next single, we would try something a little different, and we don't even have like any live footage of us really that's out there. So we figured that we'd try something a little different with this, and instead of having a studio quality recording, it'd be like a live in studio recording of us, and we videotape it just so
Mhm.
our audience has like a sense of what we were like live. And yeah, we just wanted to try something different. We don't really hear too many bands just releasing a new song that's only live, and that's how they're going to release it.
Mhm.
So we thought that this would be like a neat idea of us just playing with something a little new.
Wonderful, wonderful. And any plans on coming up with a full-length album?
Uh, I mean, we have like a lot of material. Um, that we kind of have in the back of our pockets.
Mhm.
But uh, it's hard to release a full length album, um, especially when you want to get it out there somehow. So we're kind of sticking with the whole just releasing singles for now until we feel like it's right to release a full length album. We've done full length EPs in the past and didn't really get us anywhere. And it's like we worked hard on those EPs too. So, um, and the people that it did get out to, they really enjoyed them, and we're just like, damn, if we could just reach out to more people like you, um, we may be a bit further in our careers. So we're just gonna stick with releasing singles for now and just trying to be a little more outside of the box and doing the same old thing.
Wonderful, wonderful, Justin. And almost 6 years in the formation of the band. So how has the road been for you guys so far?
I mean, it's been good, man. It's at the beginning stages in 2016. It was just an idea, and we weren't sure where it would go. And the first song we recorded together was a song called Shadow Fun, which is the first song off the Crow EP. And when we recorded it with our producer Tim Newhouse at Ear Art Studios, um, we were just blown away. But this is the first time all of us heard like have heard ourselves like professionally recorded. So we're just blown away, and we decided to just kind of keep going with it. And yeah, it's going forward, we definitely have evolved our sound quite a bit, and I can say that with every release, we are getting better, structurally better, writing wise better, production wise, definitely getting more crisp. Um, yeah, it's definitely getting better. We have plans in the future, and we want to make this a real thing. We want to reach out to the people we need to reach out to, and we kind of just need to get our message out there.
Wonderful. Sounds good. Sounds good. And Justin, would you like to share how Sunset Gore really started and how you guys got together as a band?
Sure, yeah, that'd be cool. So it started off, uh, me and the drummer Jerome Santos. We've jammed in the past before starting Sunset Gore, and like me and him, we worked at Cineplex together, and I found out that he played drums, and he's telling me that he could play like Avenged Sevenfold, and
Mhm.
I was like, no way you could play that kind of stuff. And we got together and jammed, and he was just phenomenal, and I was caught by surprise. And um, probably a couple years after that, it was just like, I want to start a band, get back into playing music. And Brent, the bass player, who's a very key component to our sound. Like without the bass,
Mhm.
we wouldn't have any sort of uniqueness to our sound, in my opinion. Um, but I met Brent through a mutual friend, um, and essentially, my vision was to have him playing bass. And one day, I went to uh, a bar just in our local area,
Mhm.
and I ran into Brent, and I was super hammered, and like hammered is hilarious. And I go up to Brent, and me and Brent barely know each other. I'm just like, dude, I want to start this fucking band, and with my buddy Jerome, and we're gonna record a song together. And he's kind of looking at me like, yeah, okay, you're just hammered, buddy. It's all bullshit. It's not gonna happen. And then I was like, yeah, let me get your name. Sorry, let me take down your number, and I'm gonna call you. We're gonna make this happen. And I took down his number. I put his number in my notes on my iPhone 6, and I wrote Bent, like his name's Brent, and I wrote Bent, and then his number, and we still laugh at that to this day. But when I called him up afterwards, he's like, "Oh, okay, this guy's a little more serious than I thought he would be." And initially, he wanted to just be, like just kind of help me out with the project. And once Jerome and Brent, like they're both on the same page in terms of just helping me out with the project. And once they kind of saw um, the potential in it, they actually enjoyed the sound. They want to continue. So now it's we're all putting in our equal parts, and like this is all of our visions. So Jerome brought in a buddy, after the Crow EP, by the name of Anthony Mauricio. We call him Twan, and he's now our second guitar player as well, and he's been a key component to our sound as well. And he joined us for the Murder EP, and then he's still with us today. So it's a 4-piece rather than a 3-piece. But yeah, that's kind of how we started, and I'm so surprised to this day when I look back at thinking where we started. We started jamming in my room, this room that I'm in today, and we would jam here in the summer. And in my room, it would get like freaking hot as hell in my room, and I would sleep on a mattress, and I would just flip it on to my wall, so we had more space between me, Brent, and Jerome. I had a drum kit, couple amps in the room, and we would jam it out, and it was just super freaking hot. And then after we released the Crow EP, just at the studio that we recorded at, Tim Newhouse was kind enough to allow us to rent out his studio space to jam in. So we started jamming there, and when I think back at when we first started jamming in this shitty little space, and then haven't recorded a single song yet, and then going to jam at this lovely studio with great equipment, and now we have wicked songs out there. It's cool to see how much we've grown, and I'm hoping to just keep shooting up, man.
Wonderful, Justin. And how is the touring plans for this year looks like for you guys?
It's not going to happen. Touring, but we're too far away from touring right now. It's like our personal lives with work, and Jerome's getting married soon, and it's planning a tour would be way too difficult right now to think about. But if the demand is there, if we see the demand there, and we know that there's places where if we were to go to there be a decent crowd for us, then we would go to those places. But in terms of touring, we're not really thinking about that quite yet. We're kind of just thinking about recording and kind of getting our social media presence out there a bit more, and just growing our online presence, so that when we do tour, hopefully there'd be a bit of a crowd for us.
Sounds good. And any big dreams for Sunset Gore?
I mean, the band, like playing in this band is already a dream. Like since I was a kid, I've always wanted to play in a band and actually be good at an instrument. So I feel like I'm already living it, but of course I want to. One of the biggest dreams, I was just like, you know what, we can't stop until we open for a band called Deftones. Once we open for Deftones, I can be like, all right, maybe we'll stop here. But until then, that's the big goal.
Sounds good. And how has the reception been so far, and how do you look into the future of the band?
I mean, people believe in us. Like our audience that we've had from the beginning have only continued liking our stuff even more. So it's the stuff that we put out there, it's being perceived very well. And as for the future, we just want to continue improving our songs structurally, and just writing wise, and we want to continue just doing different things and making sure that we're all having fun at the same time. So we're definitely starting to kick it into gear a bit more serious, and we all know that this is something that we really want to make happen. We know it's almost impossible, but you know, it's life. You gotta, if you want to do something in life, it's you're not really living your life unless you do what you want to do exactly, in my opinion. So you might as well give it your all.
Amazing, amazing, Justin. And any big moments that you want to share with me today?
Any big moments?
Yep.
Big moments. Oh, this is actually a really cool moment. So I don't know if you're familiar with these guys, but they're a YouTube channel called Lost in Vegas,
Mm-hmm.
and they're these two dudes that react to like all kinds of music, but they specifically started reacting to metal music, and they started their YouTube channel started growing like a lot because of the metal fan base. And these guys are, their background is mainly oriented with like hip hop and rap.
Mm-hmm.
So when they started reacting to metal, like one of the songs that I heard them react, like the first song I heard them react to was Metallica's Master of Puppets. And at that point, I think they only had like 100,000 subscribers or something like that. So this is like 5 years ago or something like that. And their reaction was hilarious, and it was so genuine. And I'm like, I love these guys. I really want to be on their channel one of these days with my band. This is before Sunset Gore even started releasing stuff. So when we released Caffeine and Obsidian, we actually emailed them. They got back to us, and they did a reaction for Caffeine, which I should mention. When I first started watching them and wanting to be on their channel, they had 100K subscribers, and now they're at like 1.2 or 1.3 million subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
So to hear these guys, I've been watching them for years. To hear them say Sunset Gore, like just to hear these guys say Sunset Gore, I was just like, wow, that's amazing. I've been watching these guys for years, and I've always wanted to be on their channel, and here they are listening to, you know, my tunes and saying my band's name. Was fucking cool, man. So that was a big moment. That's one of our favorite moments so far with this band.
Amazing, amazing, Justin. And Justin, you have any plans to do a lot of experimentation to the band in the future?
Yeah, definitely trying to spread our wings and do different things. We won't release anything that we're not proud of,
Mm-hmm.
but we're definitely wanting to. We got to try different things, because what we're doing right now isn't quite working. So I think it's only appropriate to continue to push um, push our boundaries and just kind of go outside of our comfort zone and try different things with this. So
Sounds good. Sounds good. And Justin, finally, what would be the message for the fans and for the people who are new to Sunset Gore?
uh that's a good question. You know, we're a band, we're nobodies, we're just a little shit band. This is my message. But I'm a strong believer in you know, wanting to achieve your goals and do exactly what you want to do in life. So if there is anything that you want to do in life, just work hard for it. And you know, there's nothing more satisfying than actually being happy with what you're doing in life. So that's all I could really say about that. And yeah, hopefully we reach out to you in the future, and hopefully we leave a good impression on you.
Wonderful, Justin. And Justin, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity today to have this wonderful interview with you. It's a real pleasure to meet you. And thanks for the amazing songs that you guys been doing so far, and looking forward for more songs in the future. And hopefully see you guys on the road real soon. Take care.
You as well, man. It's a pleasure. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
See ya.
See ya.